Object 1. Almond water. Object 1. Almond water. Class safe. Found abundantly on most levels. Usage is imperative for the survival of most wanderers. Object 1 is a group of colored thermoses of liquid that can be found on various levels of the Backrooms. It is one of the most sought after and useful objects a wanderer can obtain. Description: Object 1, better known as almond water, is a very useful object that can be obtained on most levels of the Backrooms. It's a set of metal thermoses filled with clear liquid. They're usually found individually across many levels, but sometimes they can be found in groups on levels where they are more abundant. It's unknown exactly how almond water became so abundant, but various ancient texts from the laws suggest that all of the bottles may have suddenly appeared one day throughout unknown means. Though it's always possible that these are just tales, and not fact. Most of the bottles are usually slightly damaged or worn with marks, such as dents or scratches in the paint. All of the thermoses are roughly 1 inch tall, or 1 foot tall, and they're always filled to the very brim of the bottle, with each bottle being able to hold anywhere between 2 to 4 cups of water. If a bottle that's not full is found, do not consume the contents inside, as this usually means it was used by another wanderer who could have tampered with the contents inside or spread something such as the crawler fungus. The contents of the bottle inside vary somewhat in taste, though all resemble water in both texture and appearance. Almond water, granted that it's not been tampered with, is safe to consume by default. However, certain levels can have an anomalous effect that makes the liquid cause symptoms similar to cyanide poisoning to the drinker. There's no consistency in which levels cause this and which don't, nor any known way to find out beforehand. In the case that this effect applies, it will be listed on the level page. This effect can be neutralized by boiling the almond water. Using a small pinch of fire salt can instantly boil the liquid to kill any bacteria inside. Though it's worth noting that this method of boiling can cause the liquid to become slightly spicy if used too excessively. As mentioned previously, there's also the possibility that other groups, individuals, and/or entities have tampered with the liquid. The general rule of thumb is, when in doubt, boil the water. If one has the ability to do so, it's generally recommended to boil anyway before drinking as a precaution, unless it's an emergency situation. Almond water is most commonly used by wanderers as an efficient source of nutrition. Drinking 1 whole bottle of almond water provides the same nutritional value as a healthy 600-calorie meal, meaning that 3 bottles a day will provide sufficient daily nutrition for the average healthy person. Despite being the first ever object discovered by the Meg, it's still unknown exactly how this is possible. Due to its abundance across most levels, almond water is a very easy way to obtain sustenance and maintain physical health. It also prevents the need for any form of husbandry, creating a better sense of efficiency in more settled levels such as level 11. Aside from calories, the water also provides necessary vitamins and nutrients such as protein, sodium, and fat. Despite traces of things like sugar and sodium being found within the liquid, this does not appear to alter the flavor or taste as it would be expected to. For example, not all of the variants of almond water is salty despite having equal amounts of sodium across all variants. Additionally, methods that would usually separate things like salt and sugar from the liquid, such as boiling, have been fruitless, and no residual substances have been acquired, as would be expected with a water mixture. This has led some suspicious researchers to believe that the liquid is not water, rather a natural, anomalous substance that resembles it. Much of this is yet to be confirmed. Below is a nutrition label for 1 bottle of almond water, courtesy of the BNTG. Nutrition facts: 1 serving per container. Serving size: 1 bottle, 710 milliliters. Amount per serving: calories, 700. Total fat: 25 grams, 32%. Saturated fat: 6 grams, 30%. Trans fat: 0 grams. Cholesterol: 100 milligrams, 33%. Sodium: 600 milligrams, 26%. Total carbohydrate: 7 grams, 3%. Dietary fiber: 8 grams, 29%. Total sugars: 1 gram. Includes 0 gram added sugars, 0%. Protein: 22 grams, 44%. Not a significant source of vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. Almond water is generally the most popular item used in bartering as well. Since a standardized currency across multiple levels is generally impossible, many wanderers resort to bartering, thus leading to the object having some economical value. Almond water is one of the most commonly traded items in places such as level 5.1 and the Trader's Vault. The object is usually used similarly to a single standardized unit of currency, such as $1, euro, or pound. Many groups of interest and communities value objects offered in bartering in comparison to almond water. It's recommended that wanderers carry a sizable quantity of almond water on heavily settled levels such as level 11 or level 6.1, due to it being the most generally preferred standardization of trade value. Individually, many wanderers also prefer to use almond water for its recreational purposes they can provide. Almond water thermoses can be found in various different colored bottles, all of which have their own unique taste and effect. They provide, being common in works such as the recipes on Object 56, in juxtaposition to most powerful, anomalous, and more often than not dangerous objects that are common throughout the Backrooms. Almond water usually provides effects that are normal, everyday drinks would provide naturally. Various effects include temporary symptom relief, relaxation, sleep help, and other similar benefits, which are listed below. Properties. Properties of almond water differ depending on the color of the bottle. Originally, it was presumed that the bottles had some sort of anomalous property attached to them, or that they acted more akin to a potion of sorts. After further studies were done, it was found that this was far from the case, and rather accomplished via small doses of natural substances that are dissolved into the liquid inside. Despite this, it is still unknown exactly how and why said auxiliary substances are in the drink to begin with, and why they aren't scientifically extractable. Nevertheless, almond water is completely potable in all regular circumstances. Attached below are the documented variations of almond water. Known types include gray. Gray is the most common version of almond water. It's usually packaged in gray, metal, or transparent bottles. Wanderers describe its taste as slightly sweet with a hint of almond flavor. Among all types of almond water, this variant has the highest nutritional value, satisfying hunger for a longer amount of time than other options. Unlike the others, though, it does not have any additional effects aside from simply satiating hunger. It's noted that one can temporarily tame entities such as death moths and Jerry by using gray almond water. Green. This variant of almond water is found mostly in frosted green bottles, tasting the sweetest out of all the variants and having the highest amount of caffeine. Most people describe its taste as being similar to an energy drink. Many wanderers use this variant in the same way one would drink coffee every morning. It's also not recommended to abuse this variant of almond water, as long-term abuse will lead to many side effects such as insomnia, drowsiness, fatigue, lowered attention span, impaired cardiac activity, as well as an effect close to addiction. Red. This variant is known for its extremely bitter taste. Because of this, many wanderers do not consume this variant unless it is imperative for survival. Many wanderers have described the taste as similar to drinking orange juice and brushing your teeth. This variant is known for the beneficial effect it has on the human immune system when consumed. Upon consumption, the beverage will provide effects similar to an antibiotic or cough syrup, depending on the ailment that's being treated. Common effects include relief of the symptoms of ailments such as a common cold or headache, increase/decrease of blood pressure to a normal level, and accelerated recovery from minor diseases. It's also the only known way to treat the disease. As a side effect, the person feels terribly tired and the body's resources are reallocated to strengthening the immune system and enhancing the overall health of the body. This variant should be used very sparingly, as abuse could lead to infections, pneumonia, and even cancer if abused for long enough. Do not drink more than one bottle in an 8-hour period. Blue. This variant of almond water is found in blue bottles, and does not have any special aftertaste. Many wanderers cite this as their favorite variant due to its effects and the fact that it identically resembles plain, clear water. After consumption, the level of melatonin in the human body will rise, and increased drowsiness will occur. Notably, this variant is very popular for those who suffer from insomnia. Among other things, this version of almond water prevents any external influence on the human psyche, and can also interrupt the wretched cycle in the early stages, and even reverse it if treated quickly enough. Wanderers who suffer from impairments like anxiety, depression, and ADHD have reported that it also helped manage those disabilities. Abuse of this variant could lead to permanent reliance, vision impairment, and muscle weakness. Discovery. Almond water was the first object to be discovered by what would eventually become Team Overseer. It was discovered by their first expedition of the Backrooms in late 2011 before the MEG was established later on. Attached below is a log of the discovery. Log 001. Time, 2:07 p.m. Date, January 13th, 2012. Location, Level 2. Operatives involved, Team Overseer. The loud of rushing fluid can be heard in the background as the mic switches on. C. No way, guys. My cell phone's audio receiver just turned on. A. What? I thought our phones got fried when we entered. C. Me too, but I got it working after some piddling around with the stuff we found in the white brick place. B. Since when were you the tech guy? C. I'm not a tech guy, I just know how phones work. You guys are lucky I never caved and bought an iPhone. There's probably some software that blocks any component fiddling. Androids 1, Apple 0. A. Whatever you say, dude. It's fully functional, or did you just use the parts to make an audio recorder? C. It's uber busted inside, but functional enough that I was able to access the audio app. I'm recording this in case we ever get out of here to prove we're not crazy to the cops. A. Cat, don't have a pessimistic attitude. We're gonna get out of here. B. Stretch, it's been weeks since we came in here. The only reason we're still alive is because Andrew thankfully had a few water bottles and granola bars in his backpack. I'm starving, sleep deprived, and have almost died multiple times. I may not ever see my family again. The fact that you two are so happy-go-lucky disturbs me. There's silence for a few seconds. B. Look, I really didn't mean to make you all upset, but one of us needs to get to be the realist around here. If we're not careful, we're going to get ripped apart by who knows what out here. Heck, the only reason we're not still in the mono-yellow labyrinth is because we randomly fell through the floor into lurking danger. And also accidentally ended up in this awful place. You two are over there with this pipe dream that we're gonna live? She coughs. I don't think you... She coughs again. You both understand. Overseer B begins to cough really loudly and collapses to the floor. A. Cat. B. I. Coughs. I am fine, just thirsty. C. Are those hives on your arms? B. No, just bumps. A. We need you to stop. You're clearly not okay. B. No, we're gonna... Cat coughs violently before throwing up blood. C. What in the... A. Help! We need help! B. Shut up, you idiot. Cat throws up once again. A. There has to be someone here who can help. There just has to be. B. No. Leave me. A. What? B. Whatever this is, it could spread to you. We're all gonna die anyway. A. No, there's still hope. There always is. Andrew, pick her up. We can help her. C. Should I keep this thing rolling? A. Put it away. The device turns it off. End file 1. Begin file 2. C. Hey, somehow still not dead. Cat's barely able to walk. The hives are all over her body and her eyes are bloodshot. Stretch made us makeshift masks out of the fabric of his jacket. We had to stop because I couldn't carry Cat anymore. It's been about 15 minutes and we haven't found anyone. I think our streak of luck has come to an end. A. What are you doing? C. I don't know, man. Talking to this makes me feel better. Makes me feel like somebody's listening. A. Suit yourself. You really can't carry her anymore? C. No, dude. None of us are athletes. Gosh, I should have listened to my dad when he told me to join the football team. A. I'm gonna go scout the nearby area. Watch Cat. Take my pepper spray and run like heck if anything comes. C. Got it. B. Go with Stretch and leave me, Andrew. C. No, we all leave together. We're 16, Cat. We shouldn't be talking about death and sacrifice. It'll be okay. Overseer A can be heard suddenly gasping in the background. C. Stretch, what is it? A. Look, our saving grace. C. Is that a red thermos? A. Look what's inside. Water. C. You've got to be kidding. There's just a full bottle of water sitting there? Yeah, right. Is there a name or anything on it? A. No, it's fine. C. Are you sure it's safe? It smells odd, like almonds. A. Who cares? Cat is dying. She needs water. Pour it in her mouth. C. I don't know. This seems too good to be true, but it is an emergency. Open wide, Cat. B. Cat coughs and struggles to swallow the water. What is this? It tastes horrible. C. Sips the beverage. Ew, it tastes like that nasty medicine we get as kids. A. Let me try it. Oh my, Andrew! A loud roar can be heard from the distance. Cat and Andrew start screaming. Andrew spits out the water in shock. The creature begins to scream in agony and gurgle before gyrating on the floor violently. A. It's the water! Kill it! Andrew splashes more water on the creature, causing it to roar even louder in more pain. C. Where's that knife you found in the white brick hallway? A. Here, take it. Overseer C stabs the creature in the neck, causing it to let out one last roar before dying. There's a moment of silence as they process what happened. B. What did you two give me? C. I thought it was just water. End file 2. Result. After the events of this log, Overseer B healed back to proper health in about a week. It was later discovered that she had contracted Entity 19 during their exploration of Level 2. She's been symptom-free ever since. The group eventually traveled to Level 3 and discovered a plethora of bottles there. which helped them survive the rest of their journey. The entity was later identified as a skin stealer when the log was officially archived after the creation of the database. Almond Water was awarded Object 1 due to its critical importance in the survival of Team Overseer, and eventually most, if not all, wanderers in the Backrooms. Do's and don'ts. Do's. Regularly attempt to travel to levels where almond water is abundant, such as level 4, to collect more water bottles. Frequently consume almond water to prevent dying of starvation or thirst. Attempt to trade almond water on trading hotspots, such as level 11. Use almond water to defend oneself against entities who are affected negatively by it, such as skin stealers. Always carry multiple bottles when traveling, especially to an unexplored/dangerous level. Don'ts. Abuse the colored variants. Drink almond water found on an unexplored level without boiling it. Drink almond water on a level where it's possibly safe to Drink almond water on a level where it's possibly unsafe to do so, such as the shady gray. And drink half-empty bottles.